So we realized that, there's so many companies out. We track 60,000 stocks for investors around the world. We're in 12 different countries, so we're looking at different exchanges as well. So the first thing you'd want to do is make sure that you just pick the exchanges that you want to see stocks on, or else it's going to show you companies, from the Shanghai exchange to, all over. So that would be the first thing I'd recommend is to really hone the software into the exchanges that you want to see companies trading on. And once you do that, then all of this, every stock in the software will appear on those exchanges. It won't show you multiple, so it'll be less confusing for you. I think that might help. And anyone else who would be interested in doing that. That's step one. And then what we've done there with the streaking stock rockets is when we put the software together in 2017, it's been a while now when we created it. I said to my team, we're tracking these great companies, but let's really help people pinpoint the real winners, like the ones that are ready to take off. And so we created what we call the stock rockets, and we had very strict requirements for companies that would meet that list. In the beginning, it was 100% year over year revenue growth. They had to be a 5-star stock, and they had to be an 5-star in our system. And then they had, which is the highest ranking. You probably know that now. And then they had to be an industry best. So we put these really high parameters out, and we were finding companies that were just starting to become a real business, a real thing, because we were focused on that high revenue growth rate. So that's typically associated with younger, earlier stage companies in development. And we were crushing it. Like the returns on that list were just incredible. Like I bought into one, it performed up, it was up 1,000% in a 2-year period. So very high growth rate. So what we've done now is I started to recognize that, the longer these stocks appear on this list, the better they do. So we started tracking their performance. And that's why you see the 3 different levels on the stock rockets. Like one is Launchpad. So that means it's a company that just got on that list. And so you kind of watch those companies, kind of let's see what's going. And then the second is Takeoff, like these stocks. Okay, they've been on the list for 4 or 5 days consecutively, and you can see the price movement up. And then the third is To the Moon. And those are companies that have been on that list for 9 or 10 days, and they're crushing it. Like you can see, you can click through. We show the price, the closing price of that stock for the previous trading days. So you can see the progression of that price. And then you decide, what am I comfortable with? You brought up like assets like gold and silver. 100%, you got to be in those categories now, like sooner than later. Like if you're not in it, run today to, first of all, get your physical gold and silver coins. Very, very important to have in this environment. And secondly, some mining stocks that are associated with those companies.